Okay, I'm back to the website, right, for our photo editor, right, Ipiccy. But this time, I will just use a different picture, right, for variation. Okay, of course, this is not me. This is just one of the samples, right, inside there. I've also logged in. Okay, so previously we have worked with the basic editor, right, this basic editor, but now we want to look at some photo effect. So it's the second tab, right? It's a second. Again, there is a very long list, right, that we can explore. So we will quickly explore through this. All right, now of course the basic section, right, of course you can always collapse it and expand it. All right, okay, so if you expand the basic section, few interesting areas you can play with is you can play with the black and white to make black and white pictures, right? We have already played with the sepia, right, which makes it a little bit yellowish, okay, like a very old photo. We can soften the image, right, so it looks a little bit not so sharp, all right, so a little bit blur. We can try to boost the color, right, so every color become more vivid. All right, we can have the autumn effect, right, so it looks a little bit blur over here, but the foreground, which is in this person, right, is a lot sharper. Okay, let me just scroll down a little bit. Right, Vignette. Okay, the edge is all darkened. Right, you can see the edge is all darkened, and the Pro version. Right, so now you can see the slightly different. Okay, so this one is a little bit nicer because it darkens only at the corner. Alright, and it fades nicer at the corner as well. Alright, now okay, let me just cancel this. You also have the Pro, alright, after the Pro effect. Okay, alright, you have the Crave. Right, again, all these have a slider, so you can play around with the slider as well. Alright, so it has a very nice effect, but a little bit blur. Okay, you have your funny name called Lemonade, right, which is a little bit orangey. Okay. Sweet. Alright, urban is more metropolis style. Alright, then you have the cream side. Okay, I will scroll down so you can see the rusty and the bronze. Bronze is basically, okay, it is the color is a little bit brownish. Alright, okay, so all these are, again, they have all the sliders that you can work with. Okay. Then you have the so-called vintage, but the problem with the vintage is they use name, so a lot of time we can't really remember each one of them, so we just play around with it. Okay, so you have the Anthony, right, Jennifer, right, again you have the slight coloring, right, at the corner. Susan, right, brownish, okay, a little bit brownish bronze color. Right. Henry, Robert. Okay, this one is Polaroid. Polaroid is those instant photo effect. Right, they are not that particularly sharp. Alright, they are not that particularly sharp, right, but it has a very nice effect to it, as you can see. Then you have Michelle is a bit brownish, alright, bronze color. Alright, then you have the daguerreotype, which a little bit more black and white type of style. William and Lomo. Alright, so each one of them, alright, create a slightly different style. Once you go into this, alright, there will be another section called area. Alright, this one is a little bit interesting to play with, so you probably enjoy this a lot. Okay, now if I look at this, alright, focal B and W. B and W means black and white. Okay, you can see there's one circle here, and down here you can see there is this little message called click anywhere on the photo to set the focus. So I can actually click and drag and say, oh, okay, I want to focus here on the face. So the face has color, but the rest is black and white. Quite cool. Alright, and of course you have the fancy focus. Okay, let me just discard this. Alright, very similar. Alright, but this time the rest are blur. See, the rest are blur, so I only want to focus on the person's face. Alright, you also have something similar, but the soften effect. Okay, alright, so this part is sharp, the rest are softened. Okay, alright, I can also go for pixelation. See what happened. All these are pixel, they change to pixel, but the focus point is sharp, and the zoom effect. Okay, see, the rest are out of zoom, like zooming out, then you only see this nice little area. Alright, these are quite interesting to play with. Okay, that you can work with your photo. Alright, if I scroll further down, I will see color. Right. Okay, this one you can see the change quite nicely. Right, you have your dual tone, which means two different color. You can choose the color. Right, so in this case it's blue and yellow, but you can choose different color. You can swap it as well. Alright, you have the rainbow. See what happened. Ooh, nice. Okay, so you have the rainbow. Alright, rainbow type of color. You have the cross process, something like rainbow, but it's sort of crisscross. The color sort of crisscross. Right. You have the gritty, so a lot of dotish, alright, very dotish, very grit type, alright, like very rough type of picture. You have your bloom, alright, so this part is sharp, the rest is a little bit blur. Vibrance, I think you can tell what's going to happen with vibrance. The color itself, okay, become a lot more brighter. Color tint, depending on what color you want to filter it. So in this case, it's blue, right? But you can change the color. Right? There's a lot of color for you to work with. And HDR picture, right? HDR picture, right, makes it look a little bit more cartoonish. Okay, or if you scroll down, you will find another section called artistic. Right. For instance, the pencil sketch, black and white, pencil mark. You have the cinema scope, which looks like you're inside a cinema. You see the top is cut off, the bottom is actually cut off. The posterize, right, like poster color. You have the scan line. Scan line, basically what will happen is you will see all these horizontal line on it. Right. You have shine. Okay, again, shine says you can actually set the focus, so I can set the focus to this person over here, and you can see, oh, there is like a light, right, light around this focus point. You have the half tone, alright, a lot of dottish black and white, and retro comic, like those very old comic. Alright, the picture is not very sharp, right, the color is very rough. Alright, you also have a miscellaneous section where you can extract detail. Alright, so you can see the color change. Pixelation, now it has all these very blockish dot pixel. This is fun. This is quite called liquify. Okay, liquify, if I move my mouse around, you will see that basically I can liquify the person. Okay, let me do this to show you. I can pull. Oops, now the face get distorted. See that? Alright, so it can create a very funny looking picture. Okay, of course I will cancel this. Alright, let's not make this person look very ugly. Okay, and we have the HDR Advance. Alright, actually, alright, for the HDR Advance, look at this one down here. It says press the HDR effect to continue after I have choose what to slide. See, so first I choose, then I press this, right, render effect. It will take a little bit of time. See, it will take a little bit of time. It's processing. Right, so you can see, right, the HDR effect. Right, so depending on how much I pull, right, the slider, the HDR effect will take place. Alright, so again, all this, let me just cancel this. Alright, remember, it's not on the first step because the first step is basic. It's actually on the second tab, which is the photo effect. Alright, it's actually on the photo effect. So you can actually upload, or drop in your favorite photo. Of course, make a backup first, and then try different type of effect on it and have a good time. Alright, have some fun on it and see how creative you can be. Alright, to create a few interesting effect, alright, for your next presentation or for your digital album.